2, go.
All right, you are tuned into another episode of In the Den, the Dominant Convo, a platform for all walks of life to learn the perspective of the dominant lesbian in regards to all topics: sex, love, life, relationships, religion, everything under the sun. We bringing it to you from our perspective. So, I am your host, Pat. I have Lucky and Heather with me again this week, our definite amazing co-hosts. In honor of Women's History Month this week, we're going to kick it off with paying homage to Gladys Bentley, a blues singer from the Harlem Renaissance. Gladys was someone who, back in the 30s, wore tuxedos when she performed, full-on tuxedos, a dominant presenting lesbian.
A real old school OG.
Yeah, one of the real live historical OGs wore tux when she performed, and as the article said, that she would basically like sing and serenade women in the audience, defying all the odds of that day and time, and that her chorus was made up of a whole bunch of drag queens and gay men.
And this was when? The 20s?
The Harlem Renaissance. So, what you saying, late 20s, early 30s, yeah, around that time.
They probably had no idea what to do with her.
Yeah, so, and if you ever get, I'll say her name again, Gladys Bentley. If you look at her picture, she looked like a couple of these lesbians, these dominant women I know today. I mean, she looked my great grandmother down the line.
She set the tone.
She set the tone for us. So, I thought that it was...
Yo, for the flea market.
Here we go.
So this is just a thought off the top of my head, right? So
go.
I refer to, like, sometimes I call older doms, like the flea market doms.
Oh, wow.
No, like, so you know, like when you go to the flea market, you got the matching button up with the matching shorts, with the matching visor, the matching shoes.
And they be like this, I'm going to kill him with this one.
I'm going to kill him with this one.
And
then,
when they get dressed and shit.
And then them fake Versace.
Yeah, that's definitely them. Definitely them. Or when they start wearing cowboy boots, that's definitely them.
Who wore cowboy boots?
I'm telling you, the older you'll get, you'll see the older...
I'm about to have a whole attitude.
They wear cowboy boots.
Ahead.
When your birthday, Lucky?
I definitely just bought some cowboy boots.
I wouldn't mind
What size shoe you wear, Lucky?
I definitely just bought some cowboy boots.
I would not mind wearing cowboy boots. I'm just stylish for them. I'm not wearing them with no flare leg.
You
and
be
I'm not
wearing
them
them
big butts.
Martines, whatever you call them.
I wear everything, but I'm not wearing them with no flare legs. But anyways, I thought
a flare leg.
The wide jeans with cowboy boots, like y'all gotta see
you
it.
don't wear wide jeans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought it would be great to pay honor to great women in our lives, our personal lives. So I would start off by saying I just want to shout out and just give so much respect to both my mothers, Vivian and Zelinda. May they both rest in peace. But they were very much so historical figures in everything that I do each and every day. I take a breath on this earth. So I'm gonna let them two.
Well,
Heather.
I would have to say that, honestly, in the professional world, I commend any woman who has a seat at the table amongst the men, because
Exactly.
it's you don't know what it took for them to get there and what they have to do to stay there.
Exactly.
I mean, so I work in a hospital, and I see it often. It's all men, and then it's just like one token woman.
Yep.
But she's a bitch. But she has to be.
Yeah,
definitely. She has to be that. Yeah. Like cutthroat, and men don't take women seriously.
Yeah.
So, any woman on this earth who is doing what she has to do what you got to do to get there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that my whole push for going into college was because my godmother told me one time, she was an FBI agent, and she was saying that she was at one point in time, she was the not only woman, but black woman to have a college degree, late 80s, early 90s, working for the FBI, because it wasn't a requirement. And she said one time she was at a meeting and someone asked, as things were starting to transition, well, how many of you have your college degree? And she was the only one at the table. And I always remember that story, and it was told to me when I was like 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. And I always will remember that. And so I knew I had to go to college. Mm-hmm. So definitely big ups to moms, and like you said, to any woman that has a seat at the table. And my favorite saying now is that I don't want a piece of the pie, I want the recipe.
Hey, I like that.
Shout out to all the single moms out there.
Yeah. I want
to give mine go to.
I want to give my mom a shout out, because I recently told her that she's like a Jane of all trades. My mother is the person that you call if you want to get stuff done. Yeah. Anything from just like anything. Like right. My mother's that person. I was like, you should get a business card and just put your name on it and a phone number.
That's right.
Strong black woman, Yeah,
that's it. And so, like you said, all the single moms out there.
Yeah, absolutely. To all the single moms out there, that's a hard thing to do, to raise kids. So that's a shout out to all of them, to my grandmother, my moms, and my godmommy. She rest in peace.
Yeah, that's what's up. So definitely, if you haven't celebrated or acknowledged someone, please take a second out your day to acknowledge someone who's played an important role in your life, or just someone throughout history. Because we definitely are amazing creatures on this earth. So I'm appreciative that I am a woman. So you all out there in this ignorant ass world who think that just because we dress like men, we want to be men.
Oh, wow.
We definitely do not.
And speaking of this world, tonight we are going to talk about double standards.
Yes, the double standard. But before we get into that, and that segue, I think that I need to spotlight and acknowledge one woman who definitely has defied the double standard this year or last year alone. Her former name is Niecy Nash, celebrated actress and comedian. She did some shit that no woman I know of, known in the world, in celebrityism, I guess that's the word, has done, is that she, last year, divorced a nigga in March and then married a woman in August. And this is now her third marriage. And so I thought that, it's important to highlight that because, one, it's always the double standard that men can do and marry and have sex with multiple partners, and it's not frowned upon other than with other women, but it's not frowned upon. It's not something acknowledged in Hollywood or anything like that. Some people, they act like they even have a fucking limit on it, how many people you can marry at some point in time, because people were doing it so often, and that goes way back into the damn sharecroppers time and all of that stuff. But for a woman in this century to do that publicly and don't give a fuck, and her statement, what she made about her wedding, was that this is not my coming out. This is me coming to who I am. And that shit made so much sense because it's just like me and Heather talked about earlier, is that we see so many people who stick with the relationship with a man for years, and then once their children grow up and get out the house and stuff like that, then they come into who they are, and that's when you'll see them divorce their husbands, or shit, sometimes the husband dies, something like that.
But I also feel like it's a change of the times.
Yeah, definitely.
Things are definitely different. I just remember being in middle school, and you had your little tomboy boys back in the day, and the girls really was like, ew, and then the boys didn't know what to do with them. So it's kind of like you by yourself. But nowadays, my little cousins, 12, 13 years old, best friends with a little tomboy, but it's cool. They're like, oh, well, that's her.
Yeah, and they embracing that, and it's just like, that's how it was. That's why my parents, like you said, like the Tom was a tomboy, so it was just like they didn't care about, they always suspected I would be gay and shit, so it's just like, it's more acceptable nowadays, but for someone like her that's such in the spotlight to make that transition, I know that she has empowered so many other women who have been married. She was married to a pastor. I didn't even know that, for so many years, and have 3 children from that. So to go from being married to a pastor to now being married to a woman, that's one hell of a transition. And I can only imagine, what it took in her side of her to be able to be comfortable with making that transition. So,
and she's definitely she's a relevant person in the acting world. She started out with a clean house, and funny as shit on Reno 911.
Yeah. All the way to her new joints with the claws, I think it is.
Yeah.
I just think that women nowadays are different. Back then, women, you get married, you don't leave your husband. Mm-hmm. You stay. You make sure that your kids, grow up, have money, take care of the house. Kids, and then once your kids is grown, then you're released to be whoever it is that you decide to be. Yeah. So I mean, in the same token, I just say, you got a lot of people who do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's I'm trying to think of that lady name. What's the girl name that Ellen married? They did the same thing.
The Portia de Rossi.
Yeah.
See, and it's just like, because that's how we were taught to be nurturers and stuff, and not and put our children and the husband feelings and needs before our own. And it's just like, that's that double standard has been embedded in us for so long, to as though the children can move on and be free, the husband has always been known to be free and do whatever the hell he wanted to do, whether it was mistress, other children, explore, and it's just like, the wife is just to be stuck home barefoot pregnant type of thing. And that has, it has evolved up until now, but it's just like the wife or the woman was always supposed to, ignore what she really wanted and not pursue those things because she was supposed to take care of the family. So I'm thankful that, people have paved the way for me to be able to do whatever the hell I want to do nowadays.
Definitely.
So,
and
I just think times have changed. I mean,
they have changed.
I mean, honestly, for where I stand at, I told y'all the last episode we had the conversation of Western the way Western works. It's different than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because anywhere else you go, a man can have more than one wife.
Definitely.
As long as he can support them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times, women, you stay with a dude, sometimes it's for survival. It's not really out of love.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I'm saying. You know, the times and the women, you know, that we paying respect to and spotlighting throughout this Women's History Month is making those things happen, because it's just like we do have a seat at the table now, so women feel more comfortable to get out here and be independent and do what the fuck they gotta do to make it on their own, and they don't need that man or that other support person, shall I say. So
I know one more thing. I know many moons ago I had a conversation with an older lady who was dating women now, but she had a couple kids and she was married twice to two different men, but now she's dating women and she's a more dominant woman. And her thing is, I had to live for me.
Yeah.
I got married. That's what my family wanted me to do. I had kids. That's what you were supposed to do. I raised them with my husband. That's what I did. And now it's like, I got to live for me. Her kids were grown. They were gone. Her husband was doing his thing.
Right.
Well, ex-husband. So now she's living her truth.
I forgot Tyrese's mom on Baby Boy. The famous quote is, "Mama gotta have a life too."
Mama gotta have a life too.
Mama gotta have a life too. You know, and that's some real shit.
And that's the kind of mentality I take too with my life. It's like, yeah, a lot of my life I have done what I was supposed to do, but it wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. Exactly. And I have to live with me. I have to live by myself, because at night I lay my head on my pillow by myself and I wake up in the morning by myself. So it's like, I can't be living my life for other people. I got to do it for me.
She wasn't saying that when I said, Heather, you gay.
Because you need to mind your damn business. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into
Here come the bullshit. Now we got the serious shit out the way. Got the serious shit out the way now.
I was waiting for it.
The fuck shit about to start.
I was waiting for it.
I got some shit to say today. I'm just letting you all know.
Well, we're gonna kick off with this. So the definition.
Give it to us.
The topic of the night is double standards, and one of the definitions that I found, the one that made the most sense, it was the most cut and dry, was a rule or principle which is unfairly applied in different ways to different people or groups.
Unfairly.
So tonight we are going to be talking about how rules are unfairly applied to the masculine presenting dominant woman.
So I just want to go ahead and get this out the way, because I'm only going to give you whores a few seconds of my time. And I don't want to call them whores, but it really bothers me.
She just called us whores.
No, not you whores. No, not you whores.
Everybody pay attention.
Okay. But it goes into, just before I get to the topic, they have to think I'm going to, because I'm going to just, I'm going to wait on that one. It's to go to straight women in the public restroom. And I have to bring this up.
She was talking about this. She was like, I have something on my heart, and I need to get it off.
Because I watched a damn TikTok earlier, and it just, oh my God, it resonated with me so deeply, because as women,
what TikTok? Are we in, let us know what TikTok you talking about.
I don't know.
What happened on TikTok?
I'm about to tell you. It was, I don't know. I'll have to show you later. But shout out to Stud Meats, that thing you sent me earlier.
Oh, Stud Meats World.
Stud Meats World. Shout out to them. I'm definitely trying to get plugged in with them.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Hella TikToks on there about like the shit that studs go through. So check them out. But
that's the page I follow on Instagram. It's mad funny.
Mad funny, but it's real shit. It's so real. Like it really is.
All right, go to it.
So basically, the TikTok is saying, like, you know how straight women, when you go in the bathroom, the one girl said, and this has happened to me several times. A woman will we're in the bathroom. A woman will walk in the bathroom and walk back out and go look at the sign and make sure she in the right bathroom. Like, bitch, you don't see these big ass breasts right here? You don't see these big ass titties?
I see them.
You know what? It's the gay shit I be talking about. God damn it.
I've never had that problem, but I do see.
Cutting up, John. Hello?
What did you say?
I can't hear myself.
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Something happened. So anyways, it's like a major problem for me, because how do we celebrate Women's History Month with still going through shit like that, when you can't walk into a fucking bathroom without a woman making you feel uncomfortable? And this is where I say that the woman is the most unprotected species here on this earth, because not only do we fight racism, not only do we fight sexism, not only do we fight against the black men or men in general, but then we gotta fight and be torn down by our own motherfucking sisters, and that shit burns me up.
We about to argue.
And that shit goes into, it's proven. You don't have to argue.
We getting ready to argue.
I'm here for it.
This shit
I want y'all to know that y'all getting ready to see
that shit is proven.
Patrice and Lucky have an argument.
That shit is proven. I don't care what
Would
you
you
say
rather? Would you rather them not look at you if you are? Listen, you are male presenting. You look like
masculine presenting.
Okay, whatever. You look like a guy. So if I come in the bed, if a girl come in the bathroom and she's checking to make sure you ain't a dude, what's the problem? As long as she ain't saying nothing to you.
Listen, my whole thing is that you can do it within a way to still you checking, but at the same time, like I said, everybody see I got these big ass titties on my chest. I'm so sorry.
This is the thing.
I don't give a damn. And then most of the time, my shirts are tight. And unless I got on a big ass oversized fucking coat, you gonna see these big ass titties. So I'm not trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear it.
If you look like a dude,
but you remember what happened to at my wedding though.
Yeah.
So this
but I had on like a suit jacket.
You had on a suit jacket. Yeah, that's true.
Suit jacket at her wedding. So it's just like my thing is that I get what you're saying, like about the safety of it and all. I get that.
I mean,
but at the same time, it's just that it's just not just then. It's women who just because they just don't believe in that, or we make them feel uncomfortable in their sexuality, that they feel like that they come at us differently or make us feel unwanted. And I've seen it. Bitch, you know that I'm gay.
I mean, I guess because I got an attitude problem, that really don't bother me.
Nah.
And then on top of that, like, you know, I'm gonna shut up because the last time I made this statement, everybody hated me.
Go on ahead.
It's got to be a TV.
The transgenders in the bathrooms, bro. I'm different. Call it what you want.
No, I got.
I'll touch it. I don't care about touching controversial situations.
I'm good with it because
I don't like it, and the reason I don't like it is really simple. It has nothing to do with them themselves. Mm-hmm. But you're open the doorway for a pedophile to say, "Hey, I am transgender, and you are discriminating against me. It is not fair to me or my daughters." And it's not fair to people who actually live their life transgender.
If y'all can see
the people who actually want, they can actually, but maybe not.
Turn around, face to camera.
It's not fair because listen, I've seen it happen. I've seen a guy come in with a wig on and say,
"Oh no,
you good?"
Yeah, I'm good.
I've seen a guy come in with a wig on and go to the bathroom and tell me that I couldn't deny him the right to go into the girls' room because he identifies as a woman.
Did he have to pee?
You ready?
You ready? Face.
You ready?
Please, yeah. Jesus.
He was on a pedophile list.
Please, Jesus.
We opening the door. That's a door opening. I mean, we can argue about it. It's fine with me.
I'm not here to argue. I like to have a discussion.
Okay, let's go.
And then I'm not trying. Listen, all I'm saying that.
Don't look at me like
I'm here for it. Then well, let's go. All right. Look at me so my thing is, it's like. Yeah, there's always going to be someone, there's always going to be an opportunist. There's always going to be someone somewhere thinking about how can I take advantage of this situation? Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate. We just have to be mindful, but we can't sit here and say, oh, I have a problem with the transgenders. You have a problem with pedophiles.
No, I didn't. That's what I just said. I said it's not fair to people who actually live their life transgender or people who have kids,
I thought
daughters.
Somebody's about to get
I'm
shot,
not saying it like
shit got real,
like I have problems with. No, I love all my I told you I got transgender kids. What I'm saying to you is, it's sickening that that's what happens. But when we do certain things, it opens the door for these sick individuals, and we have to be mindful of it. The same way, if Target can say, "Hey, we'll make family bathrooms," then why can't everybody else?
I mean, everybody doesn't have budget. They have it in the
budget. We're talking. Are we really going to talk about corporate America not having money for bathrooms?
Small business, but at the same time,
I'm not talking about your little mom and pop store. Like, if you let your kid go to the bathroom in mom and pop store by themselves, I hate to say this, but that's what you get. Like, but if I'm talking about we in Target or Walmart or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all been in there, you get the Amber Alerts and things that happen because people don't watch their kids. But when we open up certain doors, we have to be mindful of what we're opening it up to. That's my opinion.
That's your opinion, and because it go back and forth because it goes into like how I feel. Like when I walk in the bathroom and a woman, she's not being like inconspicuous. She's like dead on, like giving me the face, like making me feel like unwanted. And it's just like, what you want me pull my shirt up or pull my pants down?
You know the difference of somebody being smart and somebody being safe. You know,
hold on, time out, sidebar. for Lent, because this is the month, that I'm trying to refrain from calling women the word bitch, even though I don't mean it in a derogatory or disrespectful manner. I think you already did that. Like I just did it just once. I just called myself that one time. So I'm really trying hard today. Hold me accountable. I love accountability partners. Hold me accountable.
I'm not gonna hold you accountable.
I'm trying.
I will slap your ass every time you say it.
No, never mind. I ain't saying shit else.
Listen, that'll stop real fast.
It gets really gay in here.
No. Them two get really gay.
She's been hitting on your butt. She ain't
no. But back to that. Look, you did make a valid point, and it's just like, because we do have to be mindful, like Heather said, in all environments, and it's just like, it's sad to say that, like, yo, there's someone always trying to be an opportunist and make something positive, negative, and stuff like that. But I just really want to hold our heterosexual women accountable for a second, and it's just like, yo, I know that some of us look more dominant than others. I'm very much so aware of that, but at the same time, understand that, like, how often do you really walk into a bathroom and there's a man in the bathroom? Maybe at a bar, I've seen it happen because I did security.
Well, shit, I walk in the bathroom if the line's long.
Well, to a man's bathroom, right?
Hell yeah, because it's never in the line.
It's never a line.
I made a mistake and walked into the men's room.
Shit, I'm going in there. I go in the men's dressing room, and we're gonna talk about that too in a second.
Pull my hat.
I ain't putting shit down. Well, but I'm just saying, ladies, to all my straight women out there, you know, this just really empower us and have respect for us all, just like I'm gonna have respect for y'all, because there's some things that I don't think that y'all should do, but at the same time, it's the fact that, like, yo, your business is your business, and if it is someone out there that is really, you know, masculine presenting, and you don't feel safe, and I don't know how I can say safe, because they masculine presenting. Anyways,
why you say the word safe?
That's what I'm saying, because maybe they think that it's a man.
No, I said, you know the difference between somebody being an asshole and somebody who's just making sure they're not in the men's room, they're being safe. That I didn't just walk into the men's room.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's a hard distinction for some women, because it's just like, they don't know. Some women, they might, I know the doms that have the short haircuts, they real skinny, they don't have breasts and stuff like that. It can be hard to distinguish what they are, but at the same time, you know, have respect. You got fat boys with titties. That's true too.
Okay.
So it's just that's my whole point. That's my whole point. Is just like, yo, you gotta have an open mind nowadays, because it could be a transgender in there. It could be anybody. And as long as they aren't causing any harm to you, don't frown your face up. Don't walk back out that bathroom. Check the fucking sign and show your true ignorance.
If you got a problem with it, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Right. Take your ass in
there. Just go in there with your
business. Do your business.
Most importantly, go in there with your kids.
Yeah, that's it. And that's how it had to be when I was growing up. My mom would go in there with me, and if I was with my dad, his ass would stand as close to that motherfucking door and let every bitch board me up. See, God
that's
damn
a whole
it.
Nother podcast,
every woman walk in there, let them know I was in there. But all right, respect is respect.
So what? Something we also talked about earlier today was
notice how they talk and they don't say nothing to me.
Because you straight said,
nah, y'all be trying to give out homework, bro. Come on, with your double standard.
Well, what me and Treese talked about today was dressing rooms and being out. One of the things that I was talking to her about and I was thinking about was when did I start dressing in the masculine presenting way. I remember I was in Old Navy, and I didn't know what size men's clothes I wore. So I called my grandmother, and I was like, hey, I see these cargo shorts on the men's side. I don't have them on the women's side. So what size do you think I wear? She was like, oh, you should try 36. That's what I did for a long time, because I just didn't want people looking at me on the men's side buying men's clothing. And
so confusing.
I mean,
I'm with you.
Some of the woes we go through. I mean, some of the struggles. And I was telling one of my friends about that, straight friend, and she was like, "Wow, Heather, I never thought that was an issue. I never thought about that being an issue."
That was an issue for you?
No.
Me neither.
No, because like I said, tomboy from day one. So I knew that when I was little, I wore boys' clothes back then.
Was it an issue, or was it just uncomfortable?
It was my personal anxiety.
Okay.
That's what it was. So it was my issue. It was my issue, and it was my personal anxiety about being judged by other people.
And see, mine is that I feel more uncomfortable buying tampons and buying like feminine stuff sometimes.
So you like a whole boy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I feel more. You could call my best friend right now, and she will tell you. I used to send her into the store. The more dominant I became, I used to send her into the store to get my pads, my tampons, everything, because I did not feel comfortable. I guess
because even though I'm versatile, whatever they call it now, no label.
You would touch me a lot. That's what you said.
I am a touch me a lot. I am not a touch me not. I don't know what that is. I know what it is, but I don't understand. Listen, I never had that issue. I could walk in the store and buy tampons, pads, didn't matter. And I could go in the Old Navy and be like, hey, yo, I need to get some jeans. What size?
Right. It's all about where you're from, what you've been exposed to, and your comfort level.
I guess because I had got denied so much for being who I was, at some point you get this rebellious, I don't give a fuck mentality. Yeah. And you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And I feel like that, and then to go back to like the clothing room stuff, I mean the dressing room stuff is just like, yo, I go into the fucking dressing room and I feel like K and G's, that's my...
I gotta know this, I gotta ask this question.
Go ahead.
So when you guys transition into, and I know it's different because, you know, she late bloomer, you know, you came along when you came along, and I've been gay every day. The question is, how did your dress transition? Like, did you just automatically one day was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this? Or did you go tight pants?
We talked about this too. Okay. My thing, it started with t-shirts. It really started with them fucking baby doll t-shirts.
So you did the tight pants?
No, like shirt. I just remember the damn baby doll t-shirts was all the way up here. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, like, all right, let me just try this. So I started with like my brother's t-shirts, his little too small white t-shirts. I'm like, okay, these sleeves are better. It started with the sleeves. And then it was like, I don't want these why am I, no.
I promise you, it's always tight pants, loose shirt first. That's how it always starts. Let's see, she's probably like.
For me, it was just like, like I said, I was always tomboyish, so I always wore boy clothes up until, I'm telling you, I hit this little girly mark around like 13 to like 16-ish, and it was just like, I wanted to be like my sister. So you'll see pictures with full-on heels on.
I saw you in a dress one time.
The dress, you'll see the everything. I wasn't never into makeup, so, and I've only had one weave, and that was for prom. But you'll see those pictures. I went through like this stage in my life, and it's just like, after that, I think I was back to just like you said, a fresh pack of Hanes white t-shirts and tight jeans for me. Like after like into high school, into high school. But it's just like, you know. So, but I'm just saying, like, that double standard is that, you know, you can be versatile with that stuff, and it's just like, yo, I'll go into the men's dressing room and do whatever the fuck I want to do, because like Lucky is saying, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do.
I'm going to give a shout out to Aaliyah, rest in peace, because she started it off for me. I was like, oh, look, ma, she got loose pants. Kitties get loose.
Right. That shit crazy. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. We got to empower our people. Do what you got to do for real.
But I wasn't like y'all. I had plaid shirts. My granddaddy had passed away when I was 11. And he always used to wear plaid shirts.
So they started with the plaid.
So I had his plaid shirts and my dad's plaid shirts.
I went through that phase with the plaid too, boy. That motherfucker used to be buttoned all the way up, and I used to hang in Tampa for a while there, and they used to joke the fuck out of me. Nigga, unbutton your shirt. The fuck you going on a job interview?
Oh wait.
Okay, essay.
You know what that is though, right?
What?
You probably didn't even put this together. That was you being uncomfortable with your breasts.
No, I don't like looking.
That was no. That's uncomfortable with the breasts. Because when you undo the top, the little buttons.
Hell no. Have you ever been to Florida? Them niggas, they have a polo. They look sloppy as hell. No. I'm a neat motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
But why did you button your shirt all the way to the top?
Because up here up north, we button our polos.
My titties are bigger than yours, and mine was
Teresa's
always
clean
I
with
didn't
it
want I never wanted people to look. I never wanted the dudes looking at my titties. You know, it was even on the bus, because the bus jumped and they
still look at me.
My trainer every day, I try to ask him before I come in about these titties. I say, which bra do I need to wear? Because if I do any motherfucking jump squat, a titty go up and one go down. And
then Treese got a concussion. Now Treese got a concussion.
Then I got concussion.
Now the concussion.
Get up. I gotta remember what the girl said. She said earlier on the TikTok, she said, I got a pretty kitty with pretty titties. That's what she said on the fucking TikTok.
Hey, that's what's up though.
Y'all got me off top. I can't even get my shit together.
What's the next double standard?
No, so we going in. So go ahead.
You a double standard.
How am I a double standard?
Teresa's a double standard. Tell us again. You already know what subject I'm bringing up.
What you bringing?
Stud for stud.
Oh no.
The double standard. Are two studs not women? Are they not both women? Come on, Grandpa. Don't turn your neck.
Listen, I'm gonna say this shit. I'm gonna make this shit real motherfucking clear.
She's with it. Somebody come
to each its own, because to each its own, because I have much love and respect, like I'm trying to teach these straight women, for any of my sisters who choose to love, they're the same stud.
Revert back to episode 1 and see what she really said.
And the shit ain't for me, is what I'm trying to say here. It's not for me, but if it's for you, it's for you. But to be politically correct for me,
so Donald Trump right now.
No. I don't like it. And I will say that in the last couple of months and time that I've had conversations with, though, like, it was funny that the other TikTok was that about when you come out the bathroom as a stud and your titties is out, right?
Oh, that's the one you watched too. She was like, I don't know, wrap the towel around my waist, or wrap it around my top. Do I let my titties sag out? Do I put my sports bra on? How do I do this?
So my thing is that, so my friends are trying to teach me that, like you said, women love women.
There you go.
So it's the thing is that I have to start to conceptualize that, under these baggy clothes are the breasts, the pretty kitty, and the pretty titties. And so they can love it.
Some of these doms be better stacked than femmes.
I almost
just got it.
Fuck up.
You can throw up all you want to.
Call me a double standard, daddy, because I can't do this shit.
Listen. So one of the things that I have noticed about my own personal life is I like dating older women. I like that for the reason that they are least likely, in my opinion, to think about like the gender roles.
Okay.
Because my experience, so again, reverting back to the dating site situation.
So how do you feel about gender roles?
It was a thing. Like, okay. For me, this is what it is. I remember, so a couple things. On the dating sites, I've seen a lot of women, like, on their profile, their main thing is like, one of the questions was, what is an ideal date for me? And they would be like, where my partner plans out a whole day and just tells me to show up. And then a couple of women I was conversing with, and it was always like, when are you going to take me out on a date? And I remember one girl, I was like, well, I like to be wine and dine. She was like, but ain't that what you supposed to do? First of all, she got blocked for that.
What I'm supposed to do?
She got blocked for that part.
What I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, what you post, the pose got her blocked. Well, X'd. But then the fact that she said that was going to get her knocked anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I have to take you out?
So, Heather, would you date it on?
Look, he just really wants us to just sell our asses. She just want to
put ourselves out there.
What the fuck?
Hey, just say it. Would you date a dom?
I would not date a dom.
You would not date a dom?
I wouldn't not date a dom.
Oh, you would not date a dom?
I would not date a dom.
Okay, so she would date a dom, but you wouldn't date a dom.
What the fuck is going on? I thought we was on the same fucking team.
We are on the same team.
We're not on the same team. Read what she's saying.
I'm saying I wouldn't not. I'm as in
the bitch SMC.
You know what, nigga? Don't knock it till you try it. I don't try anything twice.
You fight so hard. You fight so hard for the society to see you as not only men and women being right. So you don't want people to say, to you lesbians, y'all some dykes, y'all wrong.
It ain't about that.
But no, it is, because listen.
What am I attracted to? It's what I'm attracted to.
I'm talking to this one, because she a little off.
I know, love.
At the end of the day, you saying, hey, don't be biased. I can love who I want to love. But now we got to go to gender roles, because hey, if you gay and you dress like a boy, then you better do the stuff that a man do. And if you gay and you dress like a girl, then you better do the shit that a woman do.
Damn.
At the end of the day,
you know something. Let me shut you up real quick.
And y'all got titties and coochies.
Listen, it's you, I'm not gonna say that.
It's what you're attracted to.
I'm not gonna put nobody's business out there. But I was scarred. It's what I'm trying to say.
What you was scarred to?
What you was scarred?
Here we go.
The first time that I witnessed.
What was the first time? Was it my situation?
I witnessed this stud on stud action. It scared.
Was it my situation?
It scarred and scared me at the same time.
Wait a minute. Was it my situation?
Was it was that whole motherfucking football team that scarred and scared me from ever being able to.
Schooled me.
Lucky loves women.
I'm learning that. I just told you, my friends are trying to teach me to, to enjoy my body. So let me get back to the towel situation. So as I come out the bathroom,
she's like, "Oh fuck that."
So as I'm supposed to come out the bathroom naked, and somebody said, they enjoy looking at my breasts. And mind you, I do not like my breasts. I wish I could get them
Whoa,
cut off.
on a football team?
No.
Lucky likes your breast.
No, fuck no.
That's my fucking son.
I'm fucking with you.
This shit is about to be over 34 minutes.
Hey,
is
bro.
it 34 fucking minutes?
Hold up. Let's set the record straight. That's my son.
I don't give a fuck.
I would never look at her titties.
I'm getting up out of here.
You're my nigga. You gonna leave me hanging?
Don't touch me.
She's contagious. She's gonna give her the.
She the one talking about smacking you in your butt.
I feel vulnerable right now.
Jeez, I have never looked at you like that.
So as I keep trying to say, you fucking gays. I keep trying to say that.
You fucking gay.
I keep trying to say to you guys is that.
I thought we were all gay.
That I'm being taught to like that. Do my breasts can be enjoyed, and I should not like them, or I should not hide them, because as a lesbian, we are taught
hiding titties.
We should enjoy
the
parts of a woman. And so I guess like I was getting back to my point with the stud on stud is that, like I said, under these baggy clothes and under these masculine presenting clothes is that there is a woman's body in there. So I can understand that some studs would like to be with other studs, and I cannot be judgmental. And that was a part of my growth of doing this show, is to not be as judgmental. So
congratulations for being open.
So you're not gonna face about me because she said I like your titties.
No, because this is
I mean, I meant like you like titties.
John, bring my jacket.
No,
in here,
but
please.
You said I like her titties.
I meant in general. You like titties.
I don't even look at Patrice as having titties.
I'm good.
Neither does she.
She's a whole nigga to me.
If you some shit go wrong on here, John, you got me. I'm here.
She's way too masculine. What you say? Masculine presenting. That's a whole nigga over there.
Anyways, let's get back on fucking topics.
Well, to clarify also, I wouldn't meaning I'm not attracted to dominant women, but I don't know if I will ever be attracted to a dominant woman. And I'll try anything twice.
Yeah, okay.
You try anything twice.
Because the first time you're nervous.
Not once.
And then the next time it's like,
twice.
Maybe I was nervous.
No.
Maybe I need a couple more
shots. Next topic. Heather was bringing up a very valid point that, there's a double standard with who should take who on a date first. And so I think that we as lesbians, we create those double standards because of the gender roles. Because we are the most masculine presenting person in a relationship, that feminine women start to think that we should do all of those traditional steps, as we should initiate the first date. We should do those things. We should propose. We should be the one to propose. We should, always take care of the household. I had on here, it was another TikTok. I'm starting to like this TikTok shit. We'll never get an account, but it's good. Is that just because we are masculine presenting women and we might be a little, dominant, don't mean that we need to be lifting motherfucking refrigerators on our backs.
I'm not lifting shit.
And so the thing said, you better call your old bow-legged ass brother and your Uncle Lou to come get these motherfucking refrigerators and sofas. And I mean, and that's up to that person's discretion, because I do like lifting and moving, and I'm.
You remember the time Jen gave us those beers to move her house?
Don't fucking traumatize.
Gave you a bear.
I cannot fucking.
She bought us like a case of beer, and we moved her whole house.
And she hadn't packed nothing. We packed and moved the whole motherfucker.
She talked that morning. She's like, "Oh, can y'all come help us move?" And I'm thinking we about to maybe move a couch or a bed. No. We had to pack and move
at the same fucking time.
See, y'all had all of the bad stuff. I remember Margaret.
Oh no!
I remember to pick us up in the limo. You remember that? We went bowling in the limo.
Margaret took good care of us.
Yes, she did.
Wherever you are in this world, Margaret.
Nice cookouts.
Just call me.
I love
I'm
you,
flying
Margaret.
to see you.
Nice cookouts, always.
That was the definition of a bag. She had a bag.
So, so what you were talking about, women who have expectations or thoughts that we should fulfill the gender roles of men. Yeah. I think, from my experience, again, we're talking about it from our own experiences and our opinions. I think that a lot of the younger girls or a lot of women too don't know why they like women.
I can agree.
They don't know why. So it's like they don't know that they're just trying to replace a man. You want a pretty person to be your man. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like. Some women say they're gay. What?
And look, to your point, 1 second, to have this point, we hear the women who say, As soon as a man break their heart, here they go saying, I should go date a female.
They're not real lesbians.
Exactly, but that's what we saying. But how do we really distinguish that? It takes so much time nowadays to distinguish and to determine if they are real lesbians, because I think that the double standard for me, in my opinion, is that any woman I've ever dated, she was allowed to flirt and dance and have relations or get to almost have relations with another feminine woman, whether she was a feminine lesbian or a straight woman, when we at the bars and shit like that. So,
but you can't talk to a man.
No. But I don't even want to get that yet. I don't even want to get that yet. One second. So to your point, is just that I think that women are fluid. I think that whether you're heterosexual or lesbian, I think that women are very fluid in their sexuality. So sometimes it can be hard to distinguish if they are a true lesbian or not, or do they just like the breasts and the ass and stuff like that.
You use the word fluid, I'll use the word fickle.
And I use the word fun.
Fickle.
And I use the word sneak dick.
Today I want this. Hey, yo, that's a whole nother combo.
Sneak licking.
Sneak licking and sneak dicking.
No, those
shout out to Maya.
things.
Do y'all want me to define this?
I know what Maya said.
Maya told us about that sneak dick.
What I'm saying to you is that fickle. Women are fickle. One minute they want this, next minute they want that.
Yeah.
If you find yourself a lesbian, then they don't. Most of the time, a female lesbian is not fickle.
Right.
She wants a woman.
That's
She's into women. She'll do anything sexually with a woman. Majority of the time, they don't even really need you to pipe them, but they'll take it if you're going to give it. At the end of the day, then you find these other chicks.
The gray areas.
Well, I call them greyhounds.
Oh, wow.
Because they go from stop to stop.
I'm going to write that down.
So I'm just,
a greyhound.
Sneak dicking and greyhounds.
Sneak licking. Licking, dicking, and hound.
Is she sneak dicking on the greyhound?
But you know, when you go to when you go to races, the dogs that race are greyhounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they running from dudes.
Yeah.
So they run
right
over
to
here.
a woman, into the arms of a woman.
Right.
That's probably about.
You know why? You know why though? Let's talk about it. Because women are naturally
nurturing,
emotional,
soft. Yeah.
So it's more.
Sex is better.
It's more secure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not satisfying. It's not what they really want.
Because it goes back to those traditional norms of like financial reasons. Because I know so many women that
I'm not paying no bitch bills unless we live together. You got me fucked up.
What I'm saying is, there's so many women.
I'm a lot right now.
See, it's a good topic because it hits home with us, because so many times is that women come in us, those greyhounds, they come to us with those traditional values and those traditional mindsets that the man or the masculine presenting person takes care of home, pays the bills, they're supposed to be catered to. My stylist just said the other day to me, she said basically that a man can't fall short with her. Get your shit together before you come to her. It really took me back, because I'm saying, but yet so many times women come to us falling short or lose a job or don't have a job, but still expect us to upkeep them, to upkeep the house, upkeep the children, because we present as women. I mean, we present as masculine or men. I feel bad for men too.
They come to us broken. They come to us broken and want us to fix and maintain them.
Yeah, and that shit is not fair, just because, and I come from a traditional household, but my dad and my grandfather and all those things, and some of those things are instilled in me. So I do continue to have them in my life, as me being a protector and a provider. But at the same time, I was in a relationship for a very long time with someone who did not provide, who did not meet me or reciprocate 50%, nowhere near. So I knew from that moment on, once I left that relationship, that just because I'm a dominant presenting woman does not mean that I have to take on those traditional values, and that the person I need to be with is someone that can either meet me, be above me, or it has to be equal in some way. Because I'm not doing that double standard shit just because I gotta wear baggy clothes.
Calm
that
down,
shit ain't
Trees.
going.
I'm not your man.
Okay.
My nostrils was flared like Heather's in the last episode.
I was like, this
that
is
shit triggered me.
I had to tell a chick the other day. I said, "Yo, why are you dating chicks? Like you?" I said, "I dog chicks worse than men." Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, and that's true. And then they go back. The dykes worse than the man. This, that, and the other. And I hate that word. Just want to say, but that's what they say a lot of times.
But at the end of the day, here's the thing: when I dog a chick, it's because you already come into the door with this, like y'all say, this whole gender norm thing, and that don't work for me.
Right.
And I mean, first of all, babe, you running from that, I'm running from that with you. We outside together. And unless we doing rock, paper, scissors, I don't know who fitting to get that out the house, because I ain't.
Yeah. and that's what it's, I think that, like, it has to have those conversations of, like, you know, what your gender norms are. Yeah.
Teamwork.
What your gender norms are and your relationship norms are before you get into these relationships with these people. Because Of course, I'm going to try to take out the trash first, but that's because I was raised that way. And that's because I choose to say I'm taking out the trash or I'm going to do certain things. But my stuff is more so the financial stuff. I feel like it needs to be equal, and that I'm just not sitting here for you to just fucking just run my motherfucking
be the
bank
wife.
account.
I got to pay the mortgage, but you pay the cable bill.
Yeah, no.
All right, so listen, though, and maybe that's just me being who I am. I'm all right with that.
That's what I'm saying. It's up to your discretion, but don't come into it with saying you don't have to work or something like that.
But that's how you got to get to know your mate. Get to know who you're talking to.
That conversation has to be had because I stand firm in.
Because when I'm ready to put you out, I don't want you to say you paid none of this mortgage.
Shit. That's my shit too. That's my shit.
I'm sorry. Was that messed up?
No. I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer, especially if I feel like you might not be the one.
Lucky, just when I think that you are going in one direction, you make a sharp U-turn.
I 1,000% agree with you on that.
But I like it though. I like how you.
It's the real. Don't pay my mortgage. You go
because I want your ass to go.
Because when you leave, you can take your little Comcast, Verizon,
wherever the fuck it is.
T-Mobile gone.
Your 3 black trash bags.
And me and BG&E and my mortgage will be just fine.
Exactly.
Like I can get Comcast. Get out.
So I had a conversation with a young lady. She's 24 years old. She lives with her girlfriend. They've been together for a long time, and we talk a lot. And she says, I still like to get dick from men because it's real. I don't let my girl strap on me.
Listen,
that's what she said, and I was like, "So are you gay?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm gay, but I mean, like, I like getting dick."
How are you gay?
I sat there
that
and
is
I was like, "You know what?
Bisexual."
I didn't. My chest got hot, but I was like, you know what?
Get us a picture.
Let's ask some questions.
She's going in Webster's Dictionary under sneak dicking.
Webster's Dictionary. Webster's Dictionary.
Under sneak dicking. She is the face of sneak dicking.
Wait,
sneak dicking
wait. So, she got a chick.
Dom.
They live together. Mm-hmm. She a femme, right?
Yes, she's a femme.
Bet. Mm-hmm. And she is sexually active with her woman.
Yes.
But when she wants some
she don't want her to strap up. She won't let her strap
want her
on.
woman to eat her cooch.
Do all of
play
that.
With some scissoring.
And she'll do her too.
And then when she want to get she go to a regular dude. And get some gammon.
And get that.
So, let's talk about it. So that girl sucking dick is what you saying to me? Because if a penis is going up in there while you eating, and then you go home and you is something.
Is it Dom okay with it?
What? Does she know?
Does she know?
Does she know?
I don't know. I need to follow up with her.
We need to find out because that is disgusting. Because that means the Dom is sucking dick. I don't care how you swindle that.
The Dom is sucking dick, or the Dom might be taking dick too by somebody else. They might be both sneak dicking.
They both sneak dicking.
Well, here's the thing. So we had a conversation, and I like to talk. I like to talk to different people. I like talking to strangers. I do. So she was talking about how they were going out of town, and she was like, "Oh, I'm buying a strap for her. I'm gonna let her do it when we got to town." And I'm like, "So it's a special occasion,
Heather?
It ain't me."
Listen, we're going to go back to this because I want her to come back on. We need to get more information from her. But this brings us to my very. This is another one that's gonna make my nostrils flare.
I can't wait a week.
Listen,
I need to know.
This is a fucking double standard right here.
Oh, we got another one. Okay,
clear my throat on this one. Do not ask me to get a new strap just because you're a new person in my life. Because for the certain women,
that's why we have dishwashers.
Wait a second. For certain women who used to take that damn dick. In the dishwasher. You ain't ever asked that nigga.
The dishwasher safe. I don't put my dish.
You supposed to boil a dildo. You don't put no dildo in no goddamn.
I put mine in the dishwasher when I first get it. It's soft.
Hey yo, what the hell?
I don't use my dishwasher. I don't use my dishwasher for dishes. I've never put dishes in my dishwasher.
You boil it. You don't put it in the dishwasher. Ella, please go home and boil your dick.
Yeah. So listen, and it really bothers me for women who I've dealt with who used to take dick. If you was taking dick from Johnny and Joe, I don't care if you was 16 or you was motherfucking 25, you ain't asked Johnny and Joe to go get no motherfucking new dick. You barely know if the nigga washed his balls that day. So don't ever come to me and ask me. So I guess it's gonna be
me again.
You ain't ever asked me to get don't ask me to get no new strap.
Why
it's
not?
up to my discretion if I want to get a new one.
So let me ask you a question then. Let's just hey, wait. Because I mean, this is a podcast. This is what happens. So if you showed up at a chick's house and it's a chick you fucking with and she like, yeah, I mean, daddy, come on, daddy, let's do it, right? Boom. And you pull up your shit, right? And she say, oh no, and she go on and join, give you one, will you use it?
Hell no.
So you went and strap up a dick that she brought for herself?
No, that's my next point. Is that
absolutely
look
not.
on this paper. My paper.
See, listen. Here's the difference between you and Johnny. Johnny was born with his, and I don't have a choice but to deal with what Johnny got. You can go buy you a new one, or I can help you and go buy one for myself. You got me
unless
twisted.
We in a new, unless it's a serious relationship, then we can go buy.
You're not finna stick nothing in me that you done stuck in other chicks.
So wait a sec. Wait a sec, look. So how many women have you dealt with that bring out that old stank, raggedy ass vibrator that they done had through relationship, and try to put it on you? You don't know. I
ain't never had no girl put no damn vibrator on me. Listen, Treese. Okay, since you want to go there, Treese, I like penetration. I own my own dick. If I'm messing with somebody, they strapping mine. If you don't want to, you can get the hell out.
Okay.
No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, everybody is responsible for their own vagina. If I'm not comfortable not knowing who you've had sex with that, and I say, hey, this is mine. That's mine. I know who had it.
So you'd be cool with using someone that if she.
But what if she used that everybody?
Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so if you with a woman and she wants you to strap up on her and she's like, here, use mine. Would it matter if somebody else used it on her before?
Exactly.
Somebody else used it.
Here's my
Wait. Hold on then. So if you're saying that you have a problem, it's your strap. Just hear me. I'm not talking about your strap. Your strap is your strap. I'm talking about your harness is your harness.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the dick part.
Still, if somebody else used it,
it doesn't have to touch you.
No.
Not all of them touch you. And if it's clean, if it's been boiled, what you saying? Listen, I don't mean no harm.
It's like
I don't mean no harm.
Roller skating.
I need some femmes. Hey, femmes, I need y'all to write in the comments how you feel about this. Please, because I'm telling you
DM us.
That I'm not sleeping with nobody. You're not gonna screw me with what you already done had.
But look what
and if you got a problem,
listen
if you got a problem with that, then we can go to the store together and purchase something new.
You getting bowling alley dick or whatever because bowling alley shoe dick.
All right, bet. Virgo said you need a new one every time.
What about a condom?
That's what I'm saying.
What about
come on, it's protected. It's not.
So now we putting latex on top of rubber.
Yes, the fuck I have. I've had the non-latex.
I'm not talking to them for the rest of this.
Door skins.
We're almost over. I'm not talking to them for the rest of this show. I'm just gonna sit here in silence.
This some bullshit.
Something's wrong with these people. And can y'all save me? YouTube, please write in the comments if you feel as though it's okay. Apple Podcasts, whoever's listening, please tell me that you feel as though that you will let somebody show up and screw you with something that they could have been screwing anybody with.
With my gray sweatpants on,
you damn right.
Slanging.
No.
Listen.
Thank you.
And a lot of them take it. And now listen, I will say this.
No.
If we're dating steady.
If whatever woman get that you do that, I don't want to talk to her.
Listen, they don't be fucking knowing. I put the magic on her. They just right about if I'm going to get that thing right. If it's going good, don't judge me because I'm gonna get
what a woman let you do, she'll let anybody else do.
I expect her to. She a grown ass woman.
You know what? At this point,
she a grown ass woman.
Next podcast, we doing kits.
You know what though? So the thing is,
you're not gonna do that.
If I'm just fucking you,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna come with my own, whatever. Yeah. But if we
in a relationship, I'm gonna get a new one.
We gonna go do this.
We can go get a new one together. But I'm talking. I'm hitting. I know that it's getting serious. I gotta know like
the part that's killing me is not the part that you saying. If you show up with it and I'm asking you that if you show up and this young lady say, "Hey, look." No disrespect to you, but I don't know. I need you to answer this question. And she say, I don't know where your strap been. But I have my own straps, that I like to be used on me. Mm-hmm. This is my preference. And she say, here, you're telling me even we could go boiling in the kitchen if you got concerns.
And see, this my problem with that because
ladies out there, are y'all letting these girls strap y'all up?
Listen, me and my man's is one. So therefore, I can't just throw anything on there.
I'm not okay with this.
I can't just like
this conversation's making me look
just
at
like
y'all
you know your man's and you know how your man's work, correct? This is not engineer.
Hey, look.
And he know how his man's work. What? So therefore, it's just like I know how my man's work.
Okay, hold on. John, you want to come here?
Let's go.
Okay, listen, hold on. But John was born with his man's.
So it's very different. So a woman's pH
Hey, get on a microphone so we make sure we get you. We
just
grab the mic and we can hear you. You feel me? But this is crazy because if you can work your man, you can work any man.
No.
Your stroke is your stroke.
No, that's not.
Your stroke is your stroke.
No, it's not.
Your stroke is your
you
stroke.
You gotta be realistic though. If I'm used to a longer stroke and you bust it out with a 5 inch, I'm supposed to do that.
I can't deal with this shit.
And then if you got them big old,
yeah, come on. What you saying?
So I think you got to be careful with that. So a woman's vagina is very delicate.
pH balance.
So for example, it's a very different between a dick and a piece of plastic, glass, or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can wash your dick.
Right.
Even if you wash a piece of plastic, it still can be a reaction. It can be a reaction to a dick too.
Who's fucking with plastic? But anyway, okay.
I'm just saying, whatever.
Lambskin.
Artificial penis. Artificial. Yeah.
But
silicone.
I just still think you got to give credence to the pH.
Okay, right, but I am a woman, so therefore I clean my strap, I clean everything.
But that's the difference between. It doesn't sound like you reference it as a toy though. It sounds like you reference it as a part of you.
Okay. Because she is referencing it as in this is
so if it's a toy, what would you do with a toy? But if you're not referencing it as a toy and it's a part of you, but still, even if I'm a man, a woman a lot of times says you need to take a shower before we have sex.
Yes, very much so.
Go boil that real quick.
Yeah. So, but my thing is, I don't use my. So it's back and forth. But I'm one thing for sure. Let me say this: is that I do not use my strap all the time. I'm not a big strap person. I'm not whipping out every 5 seconds. None of that shit. So I don't use it as much. But when I have a steady partner who does like it, I do make sure that I do all the things to make sure she's clean because I know just how delicate the vagina is. But at the same time, her point is that you can just if somebody give you a new dick to put on or something like that. No, you very much so, John. As a man,
but let me ask you a question. Though, that's going inside of them.
Right? Thank you.
Right.
It's in there for
so when it's going, that's the only thing though. I do think whatever is going inside of somebody's body, you gotta let them lead.
Right. That's like if you go to a girl house and the girl was allergic to latex and you like to fuck with a latex. Wait,
but she knows what her body can.
Right. But what if he don't like the skins, but he gonna use it because he want the pussy?
Yeah.
And the girl is telling you that this is what you gotta do.
Whoever's receiving
that's crazy to me.
In charge.
Say it again.
That is true. Because I would say that I know you're a dom, but from a man's perspective, I know that's the rule. Like you walk into
the pussy
whatever
runs
the woman
the
says, you're doing what she says.
The pussy
I'm not
runs.
I'm not that pressed.
The power of the P.
Oh,
I'm not that pressed.
Why?
I'm not that pressed. But so we're gonna make a compromise because
that's why
I have to be
get her hair done. Try to
I gotta be comfortable. One with what I'm using, and I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Let's clarify. Okay.
So hold on.
So what if it's brand new?
So
what if it's brand new?
From a straight man's perspective, that's very interesting that you say that. Because those are emotions that we are not allowed to have.
Yep, exactly.
So I don't know where you fall. I don't know. That's where the double standards come in. Because if you treat it like a man, you gonna do whatever the woman say.
Right.
It is
within the dom community. I don't know. Is it different rules?
I get to have a say in that, and then that goes into what to stay right here, John. Stay right here, real quick. 2 seconds.
So answer that though. Answer my second part.
What is it?
What if it's a brand new penis that she give you?
That's the point I was saying. Like if she.
What if it's brand new?
I don't know.
I'm cool with
that. If it's brand new, if it's in the package and it's brand new.
We had to have the conversation. It ain't just.
If she say, "Look, I really like it, and I really want me and you to do this thing," but
okay.
Oh, so then why y'all can't shot for it? This the bullshit.
We can shot for it together. No, we can shot for it together.
So I got some ignorance for y'all because it's from a straight man perspective, right? So if you're a dominant. A dom, right? Mm-hmm. Are you taking on those gender roles or those stereotypes of a man, or are you creating your own new rules?
We trying to create our own new rules. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's how you were born, how you were raised. That's how
but also you got to understand, as a man, sexuality isn't fluid, so you can't make a lot of decisions in sex.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to bring up the point with Heather.
You know what? So what?
A situation happened, and it was somebody text her and said, "Had that ass here, bring that ass here."
And I took my ass
and
there.
And she took her ass there, right?
I would do the same.
Exactly, me too, right? Me too.
I would not.
But my thing is that but on the other hand of that is that I've had situations where as though you bring that ass here happens, but when I text and I say, bring that ass here, you're not
Who are
being
you talking to?
considerate of my feelings. You're making me feel like a piece of meat. That happens. Then it's a matter of disrespect. Oh, you disrespecting me. You're not treating me.
Because you a nigga.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Because that's what I'm saying. That goes to that double standard, those gender roles. If we're lesbian, then we get to make our own norms and our own
So you
roles.
saying being lesbian, we can operate emotionally in the femininity part always?
We can.
So there's the masculinity.
No, you cannot.
That's hard.
It's hard, but
you can't. But you
not
cannot.
even being a part of the community because I don't want to offend nobody, but it's like
you cannot be
those dominant masculine things. That's what comes with being a man. Sometimes.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. I'm not trying to be a man.
But that's where I
understand
that.
And see, that's what it's just because I'm a dominant presenting
I'm
woman.
not trying to be a
man. I say this all the time. I am not trying to be
All right,
a
so
man.
the next podcast we're gonna go through the difference between a man and a dom.
We can
That's
go
a
there.
great.
Let's do it.
Topic.
Listen. Next podcast is the difference between a man and a dom, because I guarantee you the only difference between a man and a dom is the fact that he's born with his penis and you ain't.
Not here.
Because at the end of the day,
I can't agree with
not
that.
here.
I can't agree with that.
Listen.
I'm gonna step out on that. I want to hear that because I'm from a straight man perspective. These are the questions we have.
That's what it looks. That's what it looks like. That's what it presents.
And that's why we have this podcast here, so we can clarify all of that. Because just because I wear clothes and I get strapped on a dick, don't mean I want to be a man. I respect.
Yeah, but see, that's how you carry yourself.
And listen. And I pay as a strong black queen. I pay respect to any man who's a true man and on this earth. I will always respect you all. And I come with you all and I say to you all, I'm never trying to be who you are. Ever.
Right, that's you though. That's just like take the touch me knots. A touch me knot don't want you to touch their titties. They don't want you. Okay, I'm tell you. Okay. A touch me knot is a dom. It's really a butch. You feel me? A butch. Okay. They don't want you to touch their titties. No, you can say butch. Okay. It's not a bad word. Bitch is a bad word. Dyke is a bad word, but butch is not.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so a butch is basically a girl who looks like who presents herself like a male, who don't want you to touch her titties, don't want you to touch her pussy or nothing. She throw dick. She eat the pussy, she fuck the girl, she don't want nothing in return. That's a nigga. And you ain't finna tell me that ain't a nigga. And unfortunately, I know you're not, but listen to what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for that, because that is what most of these dudes see and think that doms are, because a lot of these chicks carry themselves like that, you automatically are going to fall into that loop.
And that's exactly why
that's what I
had a conversation with me, and that's why I want straight people to listen to this podcast, because we gotta stop being ignorant and having those stereotypes. Then
we need to have a conversation on what is the difference.
Okay, we can have a conversation.
So Dom does not want to be a man.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
No.
That's why we have the different categories.
So we're all considered doms here.
No, I'm not.
Well, she's
just touched me a lot.
But
I ain't no dom.
But we just saying that it's differences and classifications between the.
So that's a misconception for the straight community has. Whereas they think doms only be men. That's not true.
Okay, what would I say? What
would you consider yourself to be?
If I wake up tomorrow and I decide I want to put on tight pants and a tight shirt, that's what the hell I'm gonna do.
Okay, Lucky's a
hold on. One topic I do want y'all to touch on. Like I might not be here, but y'all can touch on it though. So, a lot of what y'all talk about as women being homosexual, bisexual, whatever you are, you think men can have the same conversations?
No.
And you should be able to, but
that's what I said.
We're gonna catch that next podcast.
That's the whole. If y'all can figure that out, I will listen to that shit. Because
all right, well, be here next week.
Double standards again.
Double standards
again. Just like what you said.
Me and my wife always talk about, because she was talking like we about to have a kid, and she was just talking about how sexuality is not fluid in the masculine.
No, it's not.
And male.
Not at all.
So a lot of men. You can't be a little gay.
No, not at all. You either gay or you gay. Straight. Yes.
And even as men, I'll even say I've been guilty of if somebody's a little feminine.
Yep.
We quickly just to push them all. But sometimes it might just be
they might be just a little more feminine.
It might have just happened.
And you know what? And this is where we're gonna end this at. And this is the problem that I have with this bullshit is that we're so fast to emasculate a man, right? About his sexuality. But think about the vast majority of the last 20 years of this country. Who raised men?
Woman.
Okay. So do we not think that a man would kind of be a little more feminine? Then I can go chemistry on you all and think about all of the fucking steroids that are put into our food in our impoverished communities that do affect the biological makeup of men and women to make them men a little more feminine. That's why within the 80s when we wore baggy pants to whereas though now our men wear really tight jeans because of the genetic makeup has altered or has been changed.
But also, one thing I'll say is, we talked about this on our podcast, Unsolicited Reviews, shameless plug.
Yes.
Women, it's unfair that women have been able to define masculinity.
Say that.
Men don't define masculinity, and as soon as we try to define it,
whoa, I'm gonna have to disagree.
No. Men don't define masculinity.
Yeah.
Women define masculinity.
I agree with you.
I disagree.
Because as soon as we say what is masculine, a woman will tell you what is not masculine. Because a lot of times,
do we have time to go into this?
No, we don't have time.
But
a lot of times a woman.
I totally disagree.
Okay, I want to disagree with you on that.
So let's next time when we have this next podcast, you make sure you say.
But look
so I can argue with you.
Look into every facet of life and you'll realize more and more, like, oh damn, you know how it's like a woman empowerment movement. It's a lot of it. What's in that movement is defining what masculinity is. You tell them that's what
I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's actually the opposite. If anything, men have determined what is feminine.
I think it's both. I would say it's
both.
I
would say it's both.
Yeah, I would say it's both.
But
because the whole objective of men not being emotional, that comes from men. Yo, man, boy, shut up, boy, because men don't cry.
Would you not say woman perpetuated?
No.
Bring it.
Let's talk next time.
But then in the instances when you do have men trying to define masculinity, they're looking at as you're a male chauvinist.
I also think this is another thing we talk about in our podcast. It's all black men. I think sometimes this is a hot take, but we get the rap for some of the patriarchy white men.
Yep. Come on,
say one more time.
We get the rap for a lot of the patriarchy that white men put on black women.
And Western civilization.
A lot of this shit we've been getting demasculated from the jump too.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know they've been trying to figure out ways to make black men gay.
Okay, but
and
listen,
different things, and nothing's wrong with gay, but they're doing it for just so that they can make their masculinity.
I would completely and totally agree with you on that aspect.
Okay.
But I also want to say this: at some point, you can't keep saying, and I'm not trying to be smart. You can't keep saying this is what this is, and this is how it got this way, and this is this person's fault. At some point, it's time for y'all to stand up, take accountability for what's going on, and change it. So if people aren't going to change it, there's no point in dwelling on it.
True. And to add on to that is, I think it has to stop being divisiveness.
Yep.
So like, if you black in the black community, I just talk about the black community because I'm black. So in the black community, we got to stop, like, the masculine energy is just as important as the feminine energy. Yeah. We got to honor both. What happens is we don't honor each other. And we fighting each other. We really messing it up for the black family. Like, even if I see a lesbian couple with kids, I think that's still black family.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need. We need more black family, regardless of what your gender or your makeup
there
is.
You go.
Can I say that real quick? I heard something the other day about the Black Panthers and all of the movements back in the day. It was the black family that funded those type of movements. And so what did the white man do? Create welfare, create all of those things, and put drugs in the community
threw us in jail.
To separate the black family, because now it go from a two-parent household to a one-parent household to just being on welfare, and there's no money extra to give to those movements.
But we don't see it. But the problem is we don't see it as a setup. We see it as a come up, and that's the issue. Even what I do at work, like you got people who will say, like, there's no cap, there's no limit. You can get on Section 8, and there is no limit for when you get off.
Nope.
So you sit down.
Generational Section 8.
You sit
That's
down.
scary.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you sit down. Latrobe Projects. You paying $13 for rent.
Yeah.
But you make more money than me.
It's Lambos.
And nobody's telling you to move. So here's the problem. The problem is you took something that was temporary assistance and made it permanent.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. And then you don't realize that, hey, the whole point and purpose, I don't know how y'all see life, but this is how I see it. The whole point and purpose is to leave inheritance for your kids, to leave inheritance for your family.
Well,
so if you are letting
change this work,
redlining in Baltimore,
so
look at it.
If you are really if you're going off of government assistance and you are living your whole life in welfare and your whole life in the project, what are you leaving for your kids, for your grandkids? You are leaving nothing.
Yeah, no generational wealth. If you look back to redlining in Baltimore, they stopped it. That's what broke the whole thing of like passing down houses and stuff from the 50s and up. They stopped it with the redlining bullshit. We was not able to buy houses. That's why you'll see the gaps in people.
I mean, we can even go to Black Wall Street if you want to go there.
All of that.
Okay, well, definitely, we know for a fact now that we are able to generate conversation and keep it going.
Oh, absolutely.
But today, we had a very... thank you for our special guest here.
No problem.
Shout out to our engineer, John.
Shout out to the man with the real penis.
Unsolicited.
I don't know how to respond.
I was about to say something, but
Hey yo, you can't.
The walk of shame.
I had to make a funny at some point because that's what our homegirl said. Her homegirl said that's the real penis. It wasn't about me. It was about what a friend said.
No. I was about to say
we need to have that. Finish that girl.
We're gonna bring her on here.
Yeah.
But no, today was an amazing episode, and it just goes into so many more topics, and it's starting to show, that we need to have those more in-depth conversations that's just not about relationships, love, sex, and life, but we got to get deep because we're impacted in all ways, and it shows into like the ignorance that is perpetuated upon us lesbians, especially the dominant lesbians from all other communities. And so the double standards, sadly, they will continue on. We can't solve all the problems in the world and let everybody know just how ignorant they are.
I think the first step to any issue is talking about it, bringing it out on the table,
addressing it, and
we'll
acknowledging it, and then addressing it. And if you all have any other things you want to talk about, for us to talk about, get on the show, whatever, definitely hit _podcast, intheden247@gmail, the lion_lifestyle for me,
_Heather_RT.
Lucky 2469. Also, we on in the den on Facebook.
Yeah,
and YouTube.
Definitely.
Please like, comment, subscribe.
Instagram.
Everything. So definitely,
everywhere.
And it's tell a friend to tell a friend about this dope ass podcast. That's about to be the hashtag because we definitely need to get our viewers up because like you've seen today, we got a lot of good shit to say, and so I appreciate you all, and we're out.
Feel free to let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, that too.
We're here for it.
All right, John.